fellow human light beings, welcome to the new world. This is the live guided interdimensional meditation for this week, and the theme is the solar flash is here, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently experiencing, as I speak, huge amounts of solar radiation is hitting the earth. I feel pretty confident you can all feel it. I can feel it. And as amazing as all that is, I'm going to share with you what the communications have been with me recently. So a couple of weeks ago, we did this meditation, the live guided interdimensional meditation. And if you were here, you remember, perhaps you remember, sometimes people get so out there they don't remember where they were, but that's okay. If you were here during that meditation, we went to the galactic center and we gathered a bunch of that really high vibrational energy. And as you know, in case you don't know what the solar flash, the theory behind the solar flash is that the center of the galaxy, some people call it the central sun, there's a black hole in the center of our galaxy. And according to science as well, that black hole creates very high level gamma radiation. Now, our sun is not capable of creating that on her own. So the theory is in the spiritual community, and has been for a long time, that this high-powered gamma radiation from the center of our galaxy is going to go through a wormhole into our sun, at which point it will explode out from our sun and head towards Earth. And this high vibrational energy will create a frequency shift, and all life on Earth will shift up to a higher vibration, a higher level, the 5D, heaven on Earth, however you want to look at it. And as we have been talking about recently, science has said this. They don't realize they're talking about the solar flash, but science has detected that high-powered gamma radiation is hitting Earth. I suppose they didn't, I think they said they haven't detected this before, so this is something new. And they also said that that's impossible, that our sun isn't capable of producing this kind of radiation, and they ventured a guess that it was coming from the center of our galaxy, and somehow it was getting absorbed into the sun and sent to the Earth, but they don't know how. Well, as you know, what they're talking about is the solar flash event. And so what I was told, again, in case you're new to the channel, I'm getting flooded with energy as I'm talking right now. I didn't know anything about the solar flash event, the Ascension event. I made contact with higher dimensional beings through CE5, which is human initiated contact with extraterrestrials. It turned out those extraterrestrials were beings from a higher dimension, what we would call light beings, very, very powerful beings. And they showed me an event that was going to happen to the Earth, where there was going to be some celestial event. Didn't know what exactly, but some kind of celestial event that people would interpret as the second coming of Jesus. And then from that, people would expand beyond that, basically moving beyond religion and coming to the awareness that we live in a spiritual universe and they themselves are spiritual beings. And that was the end of it. And I went, what? And I couldn't imagine anything like that happening to Earth. I couldn't imagine what would do that. And I contacted these higher dimensional beings and I said, what is going to happen? Is there going to be a series, like a fleet of spaceships? And they said, no. What's going to happen is there's going to be a series of solar waves of love, that's a quote, that is going to hit the Earth and shift everything up. And I didn't buy into it. It sounded too ridiculous. And then people were saying, no, That's a thing. Go look it up. It's called the solar flash, or called the event. And sure enough, they were describing that. And then when I saw that science was describing exactly what the solar flash event is, even though they didn't realize that, of course, you start to realize that something is happening. And so this technically began in December of 2022. I was given notice that it had begun, and that was the first big solar storm that hit. The difference is, for the first time in my life, I could feel it, and I could feel bliss and happiness. And every time that we have these solar storms that hit the earth, every single time that that happens, there's major shifts in the narrative, major shifts in the world. And you've seen this ever since this solar storm has hit. All kinds of things have broken, and now you have mainstream media doing something I never thought they would do, which is coming out and talking about the dangers of certain medical procedures that they were forcing on people just a few years ago. And people who were, saying you have to get this medical procedure or you're a horrible person. These people are saying, I had this procedure and it was very damaging to me. And, those kinds of things, you go, what world am I in now when this kind of stuff starts to happen? So all of that is very coincidental, because 2 weeks ago we went and we did a guided meditation to the center of the galaxy, and we sent that gamma radiation to the sun, and we put it in there and we sent it to Earth, and it was very powerful. And then we surrounded Earth and we sent this energy to Earth in our astral bodies. And that was a very powerful meditation for me. I could feel my aura, felt like it was 100 yards wide. And people were talking about it as well. And then I went back and I talked to my higher dimensional friends, as I always do. I check in with them, and they said, what you guys did was huge. You have no idea how powerful this was. We need you to back off a little bit, because we need to now wrangle all of this energy. And my thought is, we did that? I know that you've called me to do this. I know that these beings have made it very clear that this is my job, to do these meditations and to guide people into this and to give the energy practices and all the stuff that I'm doing. I know now why I'm here, why all the work I've done my whole life has now come to, now I know exactly what to do and why I'm doing it. And I know that these meditations are something I'm supposed to lead. But the idea that we did that what's been hitting the earth as a result of this group meditation, that was kind of hard for me to believe. But remember, we hadn't gotten hit with anything right after that. So when they said, you guys, you have no idea the power of what you guys have done and what is happening, and we need you to back off a little bit. We have to wrangle all this energy and, filter it so that, we don't destroy the earth. You guys are too powerful. And I'm like, I just, sometimes I think that the higher dimensional beings placate me. Oh, little human. No, you have no idea how powerful you are. You keep going, little man. That's what my head tells me. And they're like, no. We can't do this. That's what they've said to me over and over again. Humans have to do this. We don't have the ability to do this. We can guide you and we can connect you to all of this, and we can do all kinds of things, but we can facilitate, but you're the ones that have to do this. You're the ones with all the power. And so this is why I've been talking about star seeds so much. I never bought into the idea of star seeds. Again, what I've experienced my whole life as a spiritual teacher, an energetic teacher, somebody who teaches practical, spiritual, energetic techniques and practices. And if I can't physically experience it, it's nonsense to me. So when people, unfortunately, what people do is they take truth and they conflate it with their wounds and with their projections and with their delusions and their fantasies and their judgments and their fears and their defense mechanisms. And so that's why, we call it New Age, and people give it a hard time because it feels like people escaping their own pain. And when you hear the talk about star seeds, a lot of people who believe in this, by the way I do, but a lot of people will say that star seeds are superior to humans and all of that, and then it just destroys the whole idea. But I now know that anybody who is thinking about the possibility that they've come from another dimension, they've come from another solar system, they are a starseed, because you can't think about that if that's not real. I now know that. And I now know that human beings, every single human being that comes here is a starseed, unless they don't acknowledge it, and then they will stay in that lower third dimensional vibration, and they will, even though they have a part of them that is higher dimensional, they won't access it if they choose to live in the lower vibrations. But any of them can awaken to that at any time. It's not an easy thing to do, but anybody can. And the moment that you open yourself to the idea that you are a starseed, you literally become one, because you activate that within you. If it's not activated, then you might as well not be. So that's where I don't completely agree with it, but I also know that people are tapping into something. So today we are going to be doing a meditation where we're going to try and balance this energy. We have to take responsibility. We created it. And there has been nothing like it, and it's been nonstop. There have been CMEs, coronal mass ejections, as well as different solar flares of, it's just everything is off the charts. So the good news is, and trust me, I'm going to get to the meditation here pretty quick. So the good news is that this is an excellent time to manifest, because when we are getting hit with this solar radiation, the magnetic field around planet Earth is weakened. That's good, because it is the magnetic field that keeps us in the illusion of the third dimension. You can't see beyond the third dimension. It's because of this magnetic field. When the magnetic field weakens, literally the veil begins to disappear. So I want you to be thinking about, really fantasizing about your ultimate reality. And when I tell you that, I mean it. I don't just like, okay, I want to have what I have, but maybe a little more money. No. What is your fantasy? Like, what is the Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, cartoon fantasy that you want to live in? Because that is what we're going to create. And we also need to change our consensus. The third dimension is a consensus. Human beings all agreeing on what reality is. When that consensus changes, reality changes. So when we manifest and we meditate on the reality we want to create, we are creating a new consensus. So we here, those of us who are here, right now there's 28 people on here. Hopefully more will show up, but 28 people live. We are going to create a consensus within ourselves. We're going to change our definition of what reality is. And then when it gets to the point in the meditation when we surround Earth, we are going to send that to Earth, because we don't need right now to create a solar wave hitting the Earth. Hasn't been anything. It's off the charts, and it's not going to stop anytime in the immediate future. So at least for the next few days, for sure, it's probably going to get more intense. So we are going to do that, and we are going to give everybody the ability. Half of the world's asleep, so we'll be able to reach half of the world in their dream time. Much easier for them to shift and have dreams and awaken. And the people who are awake, we will give them the ability to consciously relax into the idea of a new world. And when that happens, I mean, everything's gonna, this is it. This could be it. I don't know if this is the solar flash or not. This could be it. So we're gonna act as though it is. Last thing I'm gonna say before I do a little business and then we're gonna start the meditation is that the higher dimensional beings have been really sort of trying to pound into my head that we humans are more powerful than they are. And that this event is really there trying to help facilitate the gods who are doing this. We are those gods. You cannot be a human if you are not an infinite deity. Beings that haven't reached that level, even if they're in the 5th, 6th, 7th dimension, if they have not reached that level of a deity, they cannot incarnate on Earth. So even the worst human in the world, or the least successful human in the world, who thinks of themselves as this little bitty human that's just a victim of circumstance, once understand that that's like the iceberg effect. You're only seeing the projection on the screen. When you go behind the screen and you see who that being is, that being becomes very, very powerful. And this is how these beings see us. So when we go out in our astral bodies, my experience, and maybe yours is, we're doing this cute little imagination, because I don't see anything out there. I don't have a big vision. I'm going by Braille when I do it. But from the perspective of these higher dimensional beings, even the gods that show up to do this with us, we're not these little tiny little beams of light trying to do something. From their perspective, out of nowhere, these giant gods appear and they begin creating. So understand that when you are operating from your subtle body, you are back in your divinity. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but they do. And they have nothing but respect. And, I've been saying that we are going to use their energy, that we're going to channel their energy to create this. And I was corrected. There's a lot of emotion coming up, which tells me that this is very important to them. I was corrected about this. They said, no, you're not channeling our energy. They said, we're channeling your energy. You're the ones with the power. We are channeling it to we can't do that without you. So I want you to shift your perspective about who you are. And this is what we're going to do today. All right, so we're going to get into the meditation here in a second. Before we do that, I do need to do some business. So bear in mind that this channel needs you, these meditations need you. So let's take a look at what it is you can do to support this channel. First and foremost, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell button. The bell button will notify you whenever I go live, whenever I upload a video. And do the live interdimensional meditations as often as possible. So that's what's going to make this work. Remember, we're doing multiple things here. We're not only bringing the solar flash event, which we've already done. We're not only bringing the shift, but we're also creating a consensus, and this needs to be done, more than once. So remember, the solar flash event is a series of events. So we need to keep doing this over and over again. So keep showing up and keep doing these meditations with me. Follow and like Path of the Thunder Wizard on Facebook. You can follow me there and like, and then share Thunder Wizard YouTube video links and Facebook posts on your social media. Subscribe to the thunderwizard.com Patreon site. Now, we talked about this in the video I uploaded yesterday, but these events, you can feel it. I'm feeling it. It's it can be very taxing on the body, and people are having all different kinds of experiences. So even, somebody like me who's been doing this kind of energy work for a long time, this is very intense, this energy. So you're going to need some tools. So the most the broad spectrum practices here. The Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. Go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe there. There are videos there. You just simply press play, follow the videos. You'll have an experience, and it will give you the ability to handle this energy. It will allow your body to shift, your DNA to shift, all that. Do it. Trust me, you'll have an experience. You can unsubscribe whenever you want if it doesn't work for you. Then you can also go to the thunderwizard.com shop. So people have been messaging me since this has hit, and they've been saying my energy's going through the roof. I'm having, everybody's having all the different symptoms I told you would have, from being tired and not being able to function, from being too energized and flipped out, to having too many emotions, to being blissed out and not able to function. These are all the same thing. Everybody's having the same, your body's trying to handle all of this energy. So these practices are what will give you the ability to do that. So if you're brand new, you don't know where to start, go to the shop. You see here when you go to thunderwizard.com, click on shop, you see those are the RUNE videos there. But if you scroll down, you will see, that's the collections. If you scroll down, you will see other things in the shop. You'll see all of the Qigong. So you see down there in the bottom, you see the Summoning the Immortals. You see the Celestial Qigong, the 5-element shamanic spirit fighting. Those practices right there will give you the ability to handle this high vibration. So if you're brand new and you don't know where to start, the Maoshan Summoning the Immortals is very affordable, and it's a basic practice for anybody. The Celestial Qigong is the foundation of the Maoshan energy work. Those are also very simple, and that will help you. When you're really serious and you want to really take your deity power down here on earth, the Maoshan 5-element spirit fighting practices are good. Start with the wood set, and then you can move to the other elements. And of course, there's other meditations and stuff in there. So there isn't one way to go. Don't ask me which, start with one. Doesn't matter whether it's the 90-day, whether it's the Summoning the Immortals. If you end up deciding you want to master all that, then I can tell you, okay, do this one, then this one, then this one, and put these together. But it doesn't matter. Just get started with something. If you're feeling it and you need help, those practices are there for you. And they didn't come from me. None of them came from me. They came directly from higher dimensional beings. Some of them are thousands of years old. There's also the meditations, which will, the Maoshan meditations, which you can find here at thunderwizard.com. Okay, so that's all the business. Now we can get into doing the work. The last thing I'm going to say, sorry, I do have a little bit of business left. If you are having experiences and you feel like you're losing your mind, and or you don't know if what's happening to you is real, this is a common, very common. I think I'm making it up. Is that real? I go through that. And I think I'm losing my mind, or I feel like I'm in two worlds, or I'm having a hard time making the connection. Those are all very common things. We have this live Zoom class and discussion group with me. And anybody's welcome. The only requirement is that you're doing or trying to do these practices. And you can subscribe to that at thunderwizard.com. We've had 2 meetings so far, and it has been absolutely healing and empowering. We're creating a consensus, which is really important. And what I'm finding out from the light beings and from my experiences, that when we come together and we bring our experiences together, that it doesn't like shift us up to the next level. It's a quantum shift. It shifts us up, 1,000 times more powerful, and makes the light beings extremely happy when we do that. And this is what's going to make the shift. The shift isn't going to come because one person becomes enlightened. That's been happening for thousands of years. You have the Buddhas, and you have the Mahavatar Babajis, and the Jesus type people that, out of nowhere they become awakened, but they don't awaken the rest of the world. What happens when a few, 5, 6, 10, 20 of us, now there's 38 people, 38 people awaken to this energy, and then when they bring their energy together, their consciousness, the consensus, it creates an explosion. That's what's going to change everybody when we come together as a group. So I want to invite you to do that. with me. So the live Zoom class and discussion group you can find at thunderwizard.com, and there's two ways to do it. One is if you're just you want to just do the 90-day and be a part of it, that's fine. If you want to be my apprentice, which means you work with me once a week, there's you can be part of it as well, and there's another way to subscribe at that level. So go there and check it out. Check out the website and just cruise through the whole thing and take a look at it. If you have questions, you can put it in the any of the video comment sections, and I'll try and answer it. The one thing that doesn't help is people go to thunderwizard.com and they subscribe for free. It means nothing to you. You get nothing out of it. You have the same access you do to the free YouTube channel. It does nothing for me. So I can't stop you from doing that, but I don't recommend that. It really doesn't do anything. All right, we all done? All right, I'm done with all that. I know you guys want me to go ahead and get started with it, so let's get started with this solar flash live guided interdimensional meditation. So get you in a comfortable position, whether that's sitting down. If you don't want to fall asleep, sit up. Sit up on the edge of a chair or someplace where you're not just going to fall asleep. There has to be some effort to keep your body from going flat. If you want to fall asleep, go right ahead. Lie down, put on eye covering and put on headphones, whatever you'd like to do. Do not do this while driving. And as you're beginning to relax, just allowing this energy we've already got, let it just hit you. Let it flow through your body. If you're feeling anxious, breathe and relax into it. Imagine you just took a big drag off of some DMT and because that's exactly what's happening. The DMT is being released in your brain. Just allow yourself to go, okay, it's kicking in, man. I'm going to go with it, because that's all that's happening. So allow yourself to feel this energy. Allow Mother Earth to embrace you with her gravity and pull you towards her. She loves you so much. She won't let you fly away. We call this gravity. Let your body sink into the chair, sink into the couch, sink into the bed, sink into the floor. Wherever you are, let your body sink into the earth deeper and deeper and deeper. And then what I'd like for you to do is to start the process of imagining a perfect world. If you can't see what that looks like, start imagining what it feels like to be in a world where there's no danger, no fear, no pain. There's nothing but love and connection and beauty and safety and freedom. Imagine that. Just allow yourself to have that feeling. And what I'd like for you to do is breathe in very deep and hold it. Inhale. Hold. Bring in all this solar energy that's hitting you. Let it flow through your body, and exhale. Another deep breath in and hold it. Let this energy begin to flow into your heart. Feel your heart center expanding. Feel your third eye expanding. Feel your crown expanding, and exhale. Once again, inhale. Really let this energy go deep, deep within your cells, all the way to your DNA, and exhale. Release all the ridiculous three-dimensional worries and garbage. It's all just a play. It's all a fiction. It means nothing. Now come back to your normal deep breathing. Breathing long and deep. Allow the joy to spread through your body, because that is what's hitting you. It's pure love. It's pure joy. You've never felt anything like this before. The sun is your mother and she loves you. The earth is your mother and she loves you. The air around you is your father and he loves you. You are completely surrounded with pure, higher dimensional love. The veil has lifted and you are connected and surrounded by beings of intense consciousness and love who now can see you and interact with you, and they are all here supporting your bliss, your empowerment. They are celebrating your ascension to your true starseed divinity. Now we're going to chant the Huar mantra, which is the mantra of the 5D Ascension. So go ahead and take a deep breath and then chant with me. Inhale. Go ahead and bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. And now I'd like for you to bring your energy to your heart center. Feel this energy rotating and pulsating in your heart. This is where your soul resides. Your soul is infinite. Your soul is God. And all of the emotions and issues that you experience are not your soul. Your soul is beyond all of those things. Those emotions, those feelings, all of your trauma, as real as they are part of this third dimensional fiction. And the moment that you evolve beyond it, all of those things disappear. So focus on that eternal aspect of yourself, which is in fact God, which lives in your heart. It is this part of us that is going to go out into the atmosphere, into space. So now allow your energy to come out of your heart center and slowly float up above your body. Look down at your physical body. Send your physical body love. You might even be able to see the aura around your body. You can probably see the effect of this higher dimensional energy. It's going into your cells, it's going into your DNA, it's shifting your mind, it's healing your body. And you are going to thank your body for allowing it to help you function in this third dimensional world. This is the vehicle through which your soul experiences the third dimension. So send love and happiness and joy and gratitude to your physical body. And now we are going to allow ourselves to rise up towards the ceiling, and we immediately feel ourselves being pulled through the ceiling up above the roof of our homes. This energy is very strong today, and it pulls us up higher and higher in the atmosphere. We rise above, we can see our home, we can see our neighborhood, we can see the city that we live in. We continue to rise higher and higher. We see the continent that we live on. We rise higher and higher, and we can see the earth is in fact a sphere, and we can see this energy hitting the earth. We can look at the poles of the earth, and we can see all of the rainbow colors of this higher dimensional energy coming directly from the sun. We go past the Earth's atmosphere, and we are now completely free of Earth's three-dimensional reality. We are looking down at a planet that is shifting. If we really focus our spiritual eyes, we can see that there are three different vibrations of this planet getting ready to separate even further. So while we do that, we send a greeting to our Mother Earth, and we thank her for allowing us to live on her, and we thank her for loving us even with all of the negativity that's going on. And then we send our attention to the sun, and we can see that the sun is really pulsating with energy, and we can see these waves of energy coming from the sun, and it is going into all directions. It's not just the earth that's getting hit with this. It is all of the planets in our solar system, which are also conscious beings, but this energy is going out into all directions. This is an awakening event that is happening in the entire multiverse. This is an event everybody is watching. All of the other civilizations are here watching this. All of the gods are watching this. All of the higher dimensional beings, even beings from other timelines and other universes, are here watching this. This is the most important event that's happening in the entire multiverse. We now bring our attention to the moon, and we can see the moon is vibrating this energy as well, reflecting it back to Earth, which empowers our ability to meditate, which increases our intuition. So just spend a moment thanking the moon and asking the moon to empower your meditations, to empower you emotionally and intuitively and meditatively. Go ahead and do this now in your own words. Now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Go ahead and tell the sun how much you love her. She adores being told that she's loved. So just take a moment, focus on the sun, and tell her how much you love her. Do this now. And now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. You can always come out here and communicate with the sun, the moon, and earth. Now we are going to invite our higher dimensional guides. If you do not have a higher dimensional guide, all you need to do is simply send out the mental invitation that a light being who loves you and knows you comes and helps you in this meditation. Go ahead and call your guide to you now. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Now we are going to invite all of the light beings everywhere. That includes all of the higher dimensional extraterrestrial beings. It includes the non-physical light beings, the angels, the spirits, the guides. It includes beings from all higher dimensions, including the gods themselves, even the most powerful creator gods at the highest levels of dimensionality. We are going to send out the very clear request that all beings come and help us and take our energy and magnify it, purify it, and help us to do this job of bringing the fifth dimension to planet Earth. So go ahead and in your own words, invite all light beings to come and assist you. Do this now. Now, I want you to take a moment and reach out to your guides that are with you, now that all the beings are here with us. And I just want you to simply ask that you just check in with your light being guides and ask if they have any words of advice, any words of encouragement, any energy they want to give you. Just go ahead and open yourself up to communicating with them, asking for their help. Do this now in your own words. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. You can continue that conversation whenever you choose. Your guides will always be available to you if you call them. All right, now we are going to go to a special place. What I'd like for you to do is, you and your guides, we are going to focus our energy away from Earth for a moment. And as we look out into the blackness of space, we see a purple energy. It's a small dot. It looks like a gem that's sparkling in the middle of space. It's not just purple. There's other colors, other rainbow colors that are coming off of it, but there's a lot of purple energy coming from it. So we allow ourselves to be pulled towards that distant sparkling light. And as we get closer, it gets bigger and bigger, and it pulls us closer to it. This is incredibly healing energy. Very high vibrational, very healing, purifying energy. And before we know it, we are completely surrounded by this purple energy. And we realize that there are beings in there. Beings that are native to this particular region. And these are the healers. These are the beings that create and allow deep, deep healing. So we are just going to allow our energy bodies to just be bombarded by this pure, healing, nurturing energy. So allow yourself to become aware of any wounds, any trauma. Whatever has happened, you can safely bring it to mind here. You are safe here. The feelings will not hurt you. They will not overwhelm you. And you are going to give yourself the gift of releasing these wounds. Your pain is a memory. None of it is happening in the moment. It is a memory of past lives as well as past events in your current incarnation. And they have no power over you. They are memories of an experience that no longer exists. Allow this purple energy to flow through you, to burn away, and to lovingly get rid of all of that. Just delete all of those memories, all of that pain. And from this moment forward, you will be able to look back on those wounds. You will have a conscious memory of them, but you will not have an emotional memory. If you do, the emotional memory will begin to fade, and eventually it will be completely gone. It will be no more traumatizing to you than a bad cold that you had 5 years ago. You'll barely remember it, and you won't care. We're now going to breathe in this energy into our energy bodies because we are going to channel this to Earth. Our Mother Earth has been deeply wounded by the actions of humans, and human beings have been deeply wounded by the actions of their fellow humans. And before there can be a shift, there must be a great healing, a great awakening and acknowledgement and release of all of the horrific acts of violence that has been done. So while we are in this beautiful healing state, I want you to breathe long and deep. And as you do, you're going to breathe deeply this incredibly healing, beautiful, purple energy. And as you're doing that, you become aware that there are beings. These beings have the same color of this energy. They're almost like crystalline spirit beings, and they're moving around you. And they are focusing on areas in your energy body where this traumatic energy has congealed. And they can see them. And you become aware that they are focusing their energies like little laser beams. And each time they hit one of these condensed areas of trauma, you can feel the trauma being released. Each time you breathe, you become bigger. Each time you exhale, you release more and more of this painful energy. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And exhale and release. Release the pain. Inhale once again, breathing in love and healing. Exhale, release all of the pain. Inhale one last time. Feel the healing, the love, the acceptance, the joy. Exhale, release all of the pain. You are now becoming a being of pure purple energy, crystalline, beautiful, nurturing, healing energy. All of the other deities that are here, all of the other light beings that are here are also experiencing this. But they are also focused on your healing. You are the star of this show. You are the infinite, omnipotent deity who has come to bring healing to planet Earth. This has been and always was your main purpose. You are here on Earth for this moment. You are now fully empowered and authorized to make the decision to change Earth to a higher dimensional frequency. While we are still in this beautiful, warm, healing purple light surrounded by these healers, you are going to bring to mind the world that would make you the happiest. In this world, there are no rules. There are no laws, because nobody does anything that doesn't come from joy and love and peace and beauty and freedom. You are free to imagine anything, no matter how scientifically impossible, no matter how mentally improbable. You are the creator that has created this entire multiverse, and you are now going to take your right to create whatever you choose. Whatever brings you joy is the command of God. Whatever brings you happiness is what God must create. To do anything else is blasphemy. So allow yourself to go beyond the shame, beyond the fear, beyond the victim mentality, beyond the feelings of limitation, and become the God that you have always been. Breathe and become that God. Inhale. Exhale. You are omnipotent. You can always come back to this place whenever you choose and continue to do this work. For now, we have work of our own to do today. We are going to bow to these amazing healers and thank them for everything that they have done for us. Do this now. And ask them if there is any words of encouragement that they would like to give you. Bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. You can come back here whenever you choose. We are now going to respectfully pull ourselves out of this beautiful realm of healing and leave the healers to continue to do their work. We're now back into the blackness of our third dimensional space, and we look around and we can see all of the other human souls, all of the other light beings, and there is a brightness and a purity about everybody that is blinding. And the joy is infectious, and the higher dimensional beings are laughing with pure joy. And they are grateful to you for allowing them to be a part of this. They benefit as well as you do. In fact, they might say they benefit more than you. And now we are all going to turn and look at planet Earth, and from a distance we can see the intense rainbow-colored energy that is bombarding Earth right now. We can hear, even from this distance, we can hear all kinds of noises coming from people. Some people are screaming in pain, other people are weeping, other people are laughing. The Earth is going through a tremendous psychological shift. So now we have to go bring balance. So now that we are filled with this beautiful purple energy, we are all vibrating it, all of the gods, the deities, and the extraterrestrials, they are all filled with this. We are now going to fly towards our Mother Earth, and we are going to surround her. So all of us, as well as all of the deities, are surrounding Earth. And if we were to look at Earth from above, we would see a string of purple light beings who are taking the front. These would be the deities and the higher dimensional beings. And the second row is going to be, you'll see these very large purple energies. These are the humans. This is you. And we are all now surrounding Earth with our energy. And compared to the other light beings, we look much larger and more powerful. And then behind us, there is an infinite row of light beings, purple light beings going off into infinity. So now what we're going to do is we are going to focus all of our energy on Earth. We can feel so many people on Earth crying out for help. A lot of people are in pain. A lot of people are enjoying waking up. We can feel Earth herself. She is working to expand. She's taking this energy and she is creating 3 different versions of herself. She needs our help. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to inhale and start chanting again. And this time, allow your third eye and your heart to send this incredibly condensed purple, loving, nurturing, healing, balancing energy all the way like laser beams into the center of the earth. And we will see this energy begin to build, and then it will begin to vibrate out from Earth infinitely into all directions, creating a healing in all of the multiverse. Go ahead and inhale and begin chanting with me. attention back to the sound of my voice. You now have permission to become a different person. The third dimension experiment has now officially been concluded. 3D will now begin to be deleted. The new 5D has begun. You have authority from all beings in the universe, including the Creator, God, Him, her, themselves, has given you complete, total permission to erase your third dimensional identity and take up your new fifth dimensional, infinite, divine starseed identity. You will perhaps have to do some work to expand into that, but you have this energy, you have these people, and you have all of these light beings and these deities who are completely and totally devoted to only one thing, which is your awakening and your healing. All you need to do is accept it. So right now, what I'd like for you to do, we're just going to look at Earth for a moment. You can see the higher dimensional energy hitting Earth coming directly from the sun. But now you can also see this purple energy begin to vibrate and emanate in all directions. And these two energy beams are coming together and creating the most beautiful designs, the most beautiful colors we've never seen before. You can hear the earth laughing and giggling like a little girl. You can hear children on earth playing and having fun. You can hear people sighing with relief. You can see people up until this moment who were evil and destructive, who are dropping all of their defenses and who are opening up to their true selves. The shift has begun. Watch what happens. Nothing will ever be the same after today. And you did it. You made it happen. You are the gods of this world. And you decide what happens on your planet. I'd like for you now to take a moment to just enjoy this energy, breathing long and deep, watching the changes happen. Allow your mind to expand into the new fifth dimensional awareness. Allow your energy body to expand. You now have access to your causal body, which is the body of pure bliss. And this bliss now has access to your subtle body and your physical mind and brain. You are now going to transform into a being of pure bliss. This is and always has been your destiny. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Expand into this new identity and exhale. You are now a god. You're no longer a human. Now I'd like for you to take a moment and allow your light being guides and your deities that have come to work with you, allow them to surround you and ask them to look at you so that you can see in their eyes how they view you. Go ahead and do this now. Inhale and allow this vision to become you. Inhale now. And exhale. And now ask your guides if they have any words of advice, any words of healing, encouragement, any information. Go ahead and ask them to communicate this to you now. And if you were told anything that you find difficult to believe in your third dimensional mind, I'd like for you now to repeat back to them what they told you and say, yes, this is who I am. Do this now. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. We could continue this interaction forever. And you can always come back and call your light being friends to you and continue this discussion, this interaction, this celebration whenever you choose. For now, we are going to allow any light beings or deities, if they choose to go back to Earth. I think many of them need to go to Earth and help other humans. But if they have something else they need to do, we are going to allow them to leave. Go ahead and give them leave to go wherever they choose. And now we are left with our personal guides who are always with us. And we are going to ask them if they have any particular directions or suggestions for us. Do this now. And again, you can continue this conversation with your guides at any time. For now, we are going to head back down to this amazing place called Earth. As I look down, I can see all of this purple energy flying around. I can see and feel all of this higher dimensional rainbow energy flying around, and I can hear and feel so many things happening to so many people. And the land itself is absorbing this and shifting and healing. The animals are absorbing this and shifting and healing. We begin the descent back into Earth, and this time we enter into a completely different world. The energies and the colors, I've never seen anything like it. And we begin to go back to our own part of the world that our physical body is still residing. We move down, we can see the continent on which we live. We can see our state. We can see the city that we live in. We can see our neighborhood. And there's our home. And we can see the energy coming directly from our home into our energy body. We can see the connection. We just follow that energy stream back. We go through the roof and we hover above our bodies, and our bodies are vibrating with an energy we've never seen. Colors are coming off, all different colors of the rainbow are coming off of our energy body. The cells of our body are happy. The organs are happy. I'd like for you now, in this very powerful, magical state, to intend your perfect body and your perfect health. Go ahead and just imagine this and send this energy to your body now. You will change as a result of this. And now allow your body to float down. And before we do, I'm feeling the need to stop for a moment. Look around where you are. You are surrounded by light beings you never knew were there. These beings have been with you forever, and they have always been right there. You just can't see them in the third dimension, but now you can look around and you can see that you are surrounded by beautiful, loving beings of light who are always there, always communicating, always helping you. And at any time that you are uncomfortable, you can simply ask for their guidance and their help and their healing, and they will be there. They will guide you into where you should go, what you can do. They will protect you from negativity. I'd like for you now to welcome them and thank them for their help. And now we allow ourselves to sink slowly back down into our physical bodies. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And exhale. Take another deep breath in and hold it. And exhale. Take one last deep breath in and hold it. Come completely back into your body, merge into the cells of your body, and exhale. Take the palms of your hands and rub them together. Place them over your eyes. Feel the heat from your palms entering your eyes. Inhale this heat into your brain and your body. Inhale. And exhale. Once again, inhale. And exhale. One last time, come completely back into your body. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Rub your eyes. Rub your face, your scalp, ears, neck, back of the neck. Pat the shoulders, the arms, chest, stomach, back, your butt, legs. Bring yourself completely back into your physical body. There's really nothing to say. That was extremely powerful for me, very healing. I hope it was that way for you as well. As always, be kind to yourself after this level of energy work. Don't have anything major planned for the next, few hours if possible. If you can, maybe go swim in the ocean, walk along the beach, walk in the forest, take a bath in salts, take a shower, lie down, eat some nice healing food, spend time with people you love, your animals. Just don't do anything too heavy. And be prepared for this meditation to have an effect that will last for a few days. And let's watch what happens. So far, every time we do these meditations, within hours or days, things start to happen in the physical world. Might take up to a week to see this actually start to manifest. But bear in mind, whatever it is that you did has affected the earth, and nobody else could have done it. No God, no being could have done what you did today and what you continue to do. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to do these interdimensional meditations on your own, and then bring your energy to these live meditations. If you're new to the channel, again, you may need to do some energy practices and some energy work to allow your body to expand into this, to be able to handle these energies. And it gets pretty fun after a while. You get so much power, you can do a lot of things. And so again, go to thunderwizard.com. The Warrior 90-Day Challenge is the one for basically everybody. You press play and just follow the directions, multiple levels. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. If you go to the shop, if you go to thunderwizard.com and click on the shop, you can scroll down and see a bunch of energy practices. Summoning the Immortal, Celestial Qigong, the Mao Shan 5 Element. There's also the Heaven Earth Meditation, as well as the Thor's Belt Qigong. And then if you want to get into some other really cool stuff, we've got the Rune teachings, and the Rune Shamanism number 3 has Odin's chanting method for the runes, which are incredibly powerful. There's the Hool breath. If you're just brand new and you need something to ground you, you can just go onto YouTube and type in HUUL breath. You'll find videos of me teaching that. And again, any support of the channel is appreciated. You can just go and subscribe at the Fan of the Thunder Wizard channel. And the more people that do that, the more I can spend all my time doing this work, which is what I'd really like to do. In any case, that's that. Looks like there was a couple of questions. A lot of people saying hello. Hello to everybody. Jedi Black Knight question: is it fine to exit from the top of the head instead of the heart? Jedi Black Knight always has a question. Listen, it's okay with me. I'm not here to tell you what to do or how to do things. One of the great things about this Thunder Wizard path is that in the beginning, it's always recommended that you follow my instructions to the letter until you gain some mastery. Once you have mastery, you can then, create your own stuff. That's what I did. So, Jedi Black Knight, you've been doing this a long time. You can, do what you want. If you've followed the directions and you want to try something else, see what happens. You can also ask your guides, do you have any suggestions? A lot of people are taking my energy practices, and when they do them, the guides are showing up and they're getting intuitions and creating new little things. I love that. And that's been my goal with these practices from the beginning. But again, some people overthink, and it is important to just follow directions, at least until you gain some mastery. Jay has a question: is it good to do Qigong during these meditations? Give it a try. I mean, when I'm doing the meditation, I'm so deep into it. I don't want to move, but I'm not going to tell anybody what to do or how to do things. What else? A lot of people saw a lot of good stuff. A lot of people having some emotions. Okay, that's people talking to each other. Okay, that's wonderful. And again, if you had an experience here and you feel as though you need, and I think everybody should, have a community that you can interact with and share with other people, that's what this live group Zoom class is. So it's twice a month. You can subscribe for it, again, at thunderwizard.com. Look around for it. Again, I think it's really important to create a consensus, a reality consensus, because it's difficult to, when the stuff we're doing is so far out of reality. I mean, our reality, we're in a completely different reality, and can be challenging. So instead of living in two worlds and not knowing who you are and being confused and trying to explain this to people who aren't doing it, which is a waste of time, it's helpful to have people who are doing it. So that's what this live group Zoom class is. So go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe. I'd love to see you there. And I think, yeah, that's it. I don't see anything else here. All right. That's all, my friends. I know this was incredibly powerful for me. Please know how much I appreciate it, and do what you can to, at the very least, meditate to get more and more people. I want this to go viral. Imagine what would happen if we had 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 people. Imagine if 1,000,000 people were doing this meditation. Even if it was spread out over one day, imagine what would happen. That's my vision and my dream for this work going forward. And then we can create that 5D world I've got waiting for me. I want to get there. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that, my friends. Please understand how incredibly important you are, how valuable you are. Please understand that you are the most important being that has ever existed, and that the entire universe was created solely for your pleasure. And it is your spiritual duty to find that and live that with everything that you have. And when you are living that bliss, you help every other conscious being. The most powerful gods in the multiverse bow before you when you are in a state of bliss, and they thank you. They honor you and they worship you. And so do I. I honor you for existing. There is no being more powerful than you, and I wouldn't exist if you didn't exist. And I thank you for all of that. Please know how deeply you are loved, and that you are love itself, and that we all love you and need you and appreciate you. And I will see you around. If this doesn't shift us up into the new reality, then I will see you very soon. We will keep doing this. And yeah, until then, please take very good care of yourselves. Please know how much I love you and appreciate you. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you so much.